Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Need a shot of coffee, and we'll get started here. Let's give a big shout out to our sponsor, Heroes and Villains, out in beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota, for sponsoring the channel. And then what you see on my screen right here, this is console5.com. Luke is a member of the Fix It Phil Facebook group, and he gave me permission to actually show his website off. And one of the reasons why I want to do that is because I think Luke does probably one of the best jobs out there as far as offering uh, retro gamers slash repairs the best kits out there in the business. And he follows it up with a wonderful wiki as well to show you the detailed information that you need. So, for instance, we're going to talk about the GameCube optical board. And if you go to his website here and you type in GameCube optical, it's going to give you a return for the kits that are available here. And we're going to just click on this first one here. And what I like about it is he, like I said, puts it in a kit, and then you can actually come down here and look at the wiki page right here as well, and it shows you all the values. And because he does that, I mean, there's no question of where these caps go. So you don't even have to take a picture before you start to work on these, because the optical board will actually have these locations marked on it. So getting back to this, once you do that, of course, you're going to create an account because you're going to return, and you're going to make Console 5 your one-stop shop in order to buy parts from here on out, because he has it for everything, and I mean everything. So with that said, let's go ahead and let's explore the optical drive itself for the GameCube. Now this is just a stock photo. It's nothing spectacular, and yes, I skipped right to the optical drive itself. There are plenty of good videos out there on how to take apart the GameCube. So let's focus on this. This is the laser, this is the spindle drive motor, and this is where the actual laser attaches to on the PCB. This is for the lid sensor, and this is for the drive, spindle drive motor. In this version, this right here is soldered onto the board, so be very, very careful not to damage that when you release the black latch right here. And one of the things that I'll do, this right here is actually a plastic piece that sticks out quite a ways. I'll just take my side cutters and I'll cut that, uh, just so I can flip the board over and work on the caps itself. But before we do that, the one thing I want to point out is that this right here, this is what they call the potentiometer or the pot. And do you see how you have 2 points right here to the right, and then you have another one here that you can't see to the left? You actually want the resistance on this to be at 0.250. That I have found that 0.250 is the sweet spot, and you're going to need a multimeter in order to do that. Hopefully everyone has one of those. If not, go out and buy one. They're not expensive, and that's what it's going to look like when you test this pot. And again, the resistance will be 0.250. Now, once you get the board off and you flip it over, this is what you'll see. These are the capacitors on the board itself. Now, if you want to do it right, in my opinion, you'll buy the cap kit from Console 5 and you'll replace every one of these capacitors. But if you're doing a repair for a store and they're on a limited budget, obviously this takes time. So the three most common to fail are these right here. And I don't know why they fail, but they do. But once you replace these three and you get your potentiometer set to 0.250, there's like a, I'm going to say 85% chance that you're going to have a good working GameCube after this. The best way to get these off is with a hot air workstation, and turn down the air and make sure you don't blow any of these little components off, or use hot tweezers as well. That will work. If you don't have surface mount and you just have radial caps, you can do it this way too. I've done this several times. By far though, the best way and the easiest way is just to buy the cap kit from Console 5. Believe it or not, this does sit just fine back into that assembly without any issues. That's always been a concern for people because you'll notice that some of these capacitors are a little bit bigger than the surface, but you won't have a problem. I promise, you won't have a problem. Now, once you get that done, the next most common thing to fail is this spindle drive motor. And you can see how these little 3 balls bearings right here sit right there. What I've seen is that this piece will get damaged in itself. So this is a very common part to go bad as well. You'll know because when you engage the disc itself, it'll either spin smoothly or it'll have a wobble to it. And sometimes you have to get an eye level view in order to see whether or not that disc is wobbling or not. This is the lid sensor. The most common thing that I see to go bad on this, you see how these 2 plastic pieces are exactly parallel to each other? Well, if you're not experienced as far as working on the GameCube, I've seen people force the cover back onto the GameCube itself and actually break one of these off. But here's the deal, if you're on a budget and if you can't find this piece, you can flip that over and it'll look like this. And you can actually hotwire it like this, where this will automatically engage the disc anytime you close the lid. Now, do I recommend that? No, but I mean, if you're on a budget and you need it to work, you can hotwire it, jumper it, whatever you want to call it, and it'll work as soon as you close the lid. Now, in order to get into the GameCube, let's back up a little bit. You can also buy these GameBit security drivers from Luke as well. They're worth every penny. You're going to need them, especially if this is something that you want to do for a while. These work great, and just do a search on the security bit driver. And other than that, those are the most common problems that I have seen with the GameCube. If you have any questions, please let me know. Please leave a comment. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and like the channel. All right, until we talk again, take care and God bless.